Hey everybody, I think I'm on a little bit early, but I'm trying to get my computer to catch up with this so I can see who wins bingo. So give me just a minute and I will talk. In the meantime, say hello if you're here. Oh, and you know what I also have to do? I have to grab the bingo number, so give me just a minute. It helps for me to have the list of bingo numbers handy while you guys are logging on. Hi Crystal, hi Amber. I think there's a few of you on here. So I'm waiting for my computer to catch up because nobody's going to win bingo if I don't know you've won bingo, right? So I'm revising it. Let me see. Ah, there we are. All right, let me just get it all set up so that I can see. Okay. So, hi Crystal, Amber, Amy, Nancy, Debbie. Let's see. We also need Veronica, who I think she might be working. I hope not. Let's see, Janice, Kathy. Oh, yay. Hi, Veronica. Okay. I know there's a couple people who are VIPs who get their bingo numbers for free that can't necessarily make it to bingo. So remember that I'm here and my computer is there. So I can't, it takes me a minute to kind of watch you guys and know what's going on. I keep saying I'm going to get like a little thing to put like in front of me, but why? Why spend the money? Because my computer's right there. Okay, so a couple of things. First of all, if you've never been here before and you've never seen a bingo and you're just watching to see what it's like, hang in there. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to be doing 4 projects with, which is what the girls who get to play bingo, they purchased the kits. And that's what you pay for. Right now it's $20 to buy that kit. And when you buy the kit and you come and play the game with me here, I do give you 5 bingo numbers. Bingo is free, but you have to buy the kit to play the bingo. Why? Because I give away stamp sets that are valued at $20. At least at this point, that's what I'm doing. So that's where we are. So let me show you. I have a couple of announcements about bingo, ladies, that I'm a little sad about, honestly. This is what I'm finding with bingo. Okay, so as we get ready to do the first project, this is the one you want to pull out, the one with the balmy blue. These are my notes. The one with the balmy blue. And that I don't like this inside. Wow, I really liked it when I did it, but now I'm not that crazy about it. But oh well, that's okay. You don't have to do that. So you'll find all of the pieces in there. So here is what your kit looks like. You have your envelope, of course, and then I have scored, embossed with this the bark. Golly, I am super, super tired today. I had a doctor's appointment and it just like testing freaking wears me out. But anyway, so I apologize. I don't know why I scheduled them on bingo days. I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, this is the bark 3D embossing folder and I love it. It is bark. I get it. It's bark. But tell me this does not like work perfectly for a water scene. It does. It's so awesome. So think about that when you're ordering things like the embossing folders and even stamps. See what else you can do with it. So you do have that pre-done for you. And then inside we have obviously your folded piece. Oh, I thought I gave everybody a piece of Whisper White to put inside. If I didn't, I apologize. But if not, you just cut it to 4 5/4. Then you've got this piece, which is so beautiful. Oh, and I forgot to grab the dies that this is cut from. Let me see if I can reach them without choking myself with my microphone. Ah, yay. Okay, it is from the Painted Labels dies, which I love. I use this one probably more than any of them in this kit, but I love them all. They're awesome. So this is the Painted Labels. It is $35, and it came out in the spring of 2020, so it is still available. And the folder is fairly new. I'm not sure how much it costs, but it's in one of the new catalogs. I want to say it's in the annual catalog, but it could be in the spring catalog, so don't hold me to that. Why? Because I don't know where it is. I used it so much, it's probably stuck with another project I'm going to use it on. So, okay, so then you've got, I pre-punched out with a retired punch. Shh, don't tell anybody. Shh. I used a retired punch. I think it's like 2 3/8 because it fits over it so perfectly. So, and we have dies that do it, but when you're making a kit, it's a lot easier to punch. And then you can see I've already cut out the leaves. I did not do that for everybody who got the kit, and that is because that came out of these dies, and this die is like crazy. So you can see that this came from here. Oops, let's turn it over. Nope, turn it that way. And so you guys probably have a lot of extra stuff hanging. And then this one came from here. And you can see, if you look close, you can see where I trimmed mine away, and I had to kind of fake out the leaves where it didn't necessarily show me leaves. So just, do your best. Worst case scenario, trim it off right here. It'll still work. But so you're going to want to trim those out. This is actually pretty cool, and I don't know if you guys are aware, but there is a 3D embossing folder that you can cut it out. You can emboss with the folder and then cut out all your pieces, and your seashells and everything will be dimensional. It's pretty cool. But anyway, I wanted to make sure I showed you guys that. And I don't necessarily think it might not be a good idea to shove all this stuff in one container, but it does all fit. My dies and my folder and everything does fit. And that's a 3D folder. So, that's one way to keep everything together. And I try to do that now whenever possible. So let's go ahead and get started. There are no ribbons with this. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, I wanted to show you where that came from. This came out of the, it's called Silver Foil 12 by 12 Specialty Pack. And it comes with 3, it's kind of hard to tell the different colors. But they're all kind of a silver. But those of you who get a kit will notice that this almost has kind of a lavender look to it. So, but it is considered silver. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's beautiful. I love shiny. Shiny and blingy makes me very happy. And I think part of that is because I've gained so much weight, I can't wear my gorgeous wedding ring. It's so beautiful. One of these days I'm going to bring it out and I'm just going to set it here so you guys can look at it. That's so tacky. But hey, do what you got to do. So I am using our awesome Stampin Seal. And if you have trouble with, anytime you get a new adhesive, it's like you have a new learning curve. Just get there and just tear it to the side. Don't lift it, just move it to the side. And that will go ahead and get the adhesive on there for you. I didn't get any adhesive that time. Why? Because I'm doing a live video. Every mistake happens when you're live. That's how it works. So there you go. So I'm just going to put that on. Now, if you live in a drier climate, you might not need as much adhesive, all the way around. I know a lot of people who just put like one in each corner in the center. I had this really cute thing that a demonstrator did. She lived in like Arizona or something. And she said, ... not a lot. Isn't that cute? That is so cute. But if you live in a humid area like I do, and I know quite a few of you guys do, that's not going to cut it for you. Okay, so then I am going to stamp the sentiment. And because this is a photopolymer stamp set, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab my mat. Gosh, I am making a mess. But I always do, don't I? Why? Because I keep everything like in the center. And people ask why I don't squeeze in tighter. Because everything is everywhere. I have to have it out. I want you to see everything I'm doing. So that's why, in case you're wondering. So I am taking the stamp, Friends Are Like Seashells. You collect them along the way. This one has a lot of cute. It says, you're unique and completely amazing, which is great. Love you to the beach and back for you. Thank you. Wishing you the very best. I'm so happy I found you, which is like so cute with seashells, right? Happy birthday to my beautiful friend. And as you can see, it's bigger. Everything is bigger than it looks on the front of the box there. So I am going to stamp this slightly towards the top. So if you're stamping your sentiment, stamp it slightly to the top. I'm using Early Espresso, but you could do this with a black or any of the browns. Now, I want to show you guys, and I forgot to grab it, so give me a second. If you don't have this stamp set, then you're not going to get this, right? You don't, I mean, yours look like this. So, you know, what you can do is take the pointy end of your marker and just, you know, it's really sketchy. So just kind of wiggle it around. And you can do this for all of them so that you can get the design without necessarily having the stamp. And if you look, you know, here, take a quick screenshot of this. And if you look real close, you can see how the stars and everything are made. So I'm going to do this little part down the center. I am the world's worst artist, which is why I rubber stamp. And then I noticed that there's like something in the center there. And then there's these like little half circle-y things. I think I'm putting them in the wrong spot. That's where it goes. There, there, and there. So that is not perfect at all, but I don't think it's that bad, right? I mean, let's be honest. If you're making this and you don't have this stamp set and you give it to somebody, they haven't seen my card. They don't know. So it's perfectly fine to use that and do the same thing with the other two shells. But I cheated for this and I created them like this. So, gosh, I've forgotten so much stuff today. It's crazy. Okay, so I need a piece of paper. And you guys know I love the mini grid paper that goes with the, gosh, my brain, I'm so sorry. Goes with the Stamparatus. One of my favorite tools in the whole wide world is the Stamparatus. So here's what I did. I took the beautiful and wonderful stamping blends. And look what I did. Excuse me. See, this one says blues. I'm going to be using these quite a bit today to fill in where you guys don't have stamps for things. And so how's everybody doing? Hang on. I am super picky about adhesives. Yes, they make me crazy too. I agree. Yeah, that embossing folder is very awesome. Yeah, the humidity does make a difference. I can't remember where you are. Okay, it's all right if you reboot, Veronica, if you haven't already. But because I haven't done bingo yet. So if you need to reboot. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ink this a little bit. And I want to make sure I don't get it too dark. Doesn't look too bad. And I'm going to go around the edges of this. And you can see why I left the bottom, because I'm going to be putting the shells on there, right? Oh, see, I forgot to mark it off. And now that spot looks a little dark, but that's okay. It's going to be covered up, so I'm good. And then I wanted it to be more blue. So I kind of blued it up. Is that a word? I blew it up. But I wanted it to look kind of like it had a watery look to it. So just add some blue around there. And that one a little darker too. So when that happens, you just kind of make it darker there and nobody knows, hopefully. Okay, so that's what I did for the blue. I'm not real worried about down here because it's going to be covered. So as long as you get around your edges, you're good. So I'm going to put my balmy blue away because I think I don't need it for anything else. Now for these, you can see I did darken them up, and I just used the early espresso. Now early espresso is very dark. Look at that. It's very dark. So when you ink these, you want to be really, really careful and just get them a little bit dirty, basically. You can use a lighter brown on these if you want to. I took my time to get this color. It's possible I used a different color with it, but I made it so long ago, honestly, I just don't remember. But that's okay because, you know, seashells are all different colors. I'm also going to tell you that I wanted my things to have some dimension. So I took my seashell and I kind of just curled the edges like that. And it's hard to tell, but there is a slight roundness now to it. And then I did the same thing with my starfish because he just looked a little too perfect, and we can't, you know, perfection is overrated. So my stuff has to be imperfect too, right? That's very important to me. Okay, and so that's those two. And then this is my yellows and oranges. Is it? Wait a minute. Do I have an oranges one? I do. Okay. Look at this. This is yellows, but because I use it so much, and you don't have to clean it because it's like there's nothing there. You can wash them if you need to by hand. If you want to use a little bit of dish soap, go ahead, but just use caution. So I'm going to grab my Calypso Coral for this little guy, and I'm going to just do his edges because I thought little seashells, you know, they often have a lot of little pink in them, and this is just enough. It's kind of a pinky orange. So it just gives it a little bit of color, not a ton, just a little. So there are my pieces. So I don't think I need those colors. I need Calypso, but not those. So here you are. You have all your pieces. Hopefully you've trimmed these. So I'm going to start by adhering the Friends Are Like Seashells. Now this is going on something shiny. So you can either use your Stampin' Seal, or if, like Veronica for you, if you really want to be sure everything is super sticky, Life is Beautiful with some tear and tape. And all you do is tear and tape. And then here's a little trick with those kinds of things. If you use your bone folder and just kind of rub it in really good, and then use your fingernail or something and pick it off. It comes off pretty easy. Another awesome tool is the Take Your Pick tool. It's only 10 bucks, girls, 10 bucks. And you get other stuff with it. This isn't all you get. So seriously, look at it. It's cool. If you don't have one, ask yourself why. It's just a why question. Why don't I have one of those? I don't know, because I should. And decide how you want your circles. I don't know that it really matters a whole lot, but I kind of moved mine down a little bit. I didn't want any silver really showing too much. Where I knew I was going to cover it, I wasn't that worried about it. But then put it on there. And then I started with my seaweed, if you want to call it that. And this one went over here. Now for that, I am going to use my awesome silicone craft sheet. Another awesome tool. It's so funny. Before I was a crafter, I was like, whatever, you know, give me a glue stick and I'm happy. No. You got to have tools, right? If carpenters need tools, so do crafters. If, you know, if a guy has to have certain things, so do we. I'm just saying. Although my husband is really, really artistic, so he totally gets it. So I'm very blessed in that way. So I'm going to bring this over here so that if any of my adhesives come off. So I'm looking, I can actually probably push this over a little far. So I'm going to have to be careful where I put my seaweed so that we can read that. So I probably put too much on the back of this piece right here. So I'm going to stick that down, and looks like I might need a little bit on this edge because I wasn't paying attention to where it was going. So there's that one. And then this one is going a little bit differently. So it is going more on it, especially since I pushed my words over too far. Oopsie. I'm looking to, oh, Virginia. I don't know how Ohio, you've still got some of our humidity. I don't know if you're as bad as us by the Great Lakes, but you've got some of it. So humidity can be an icky thing. Okay, so that is it for on this one for the liquid glue. So you can see how that is. And then let's take my card front. I am going to use Stampin' Dimensionals on this, and I'm going to go ahead and grab the big ones for this. Because if I mail this, I want to be sure that it, I want to make sure you guys can see this. I want to be sure that it doesn't squish. And notice, I'm hoping you guys can see, here's the edge and here's the edge. Can you guys see that right there? And then this right here is the edge of the words. So I'm trying to catch them both. Not that they're not going to stick. They will. I put tear and tape on it. But it does not hurt to add some adhesive whenever possible. So I'm putting 3 on there. Depending on what you're doing, you may want to do more. I'm still working to perfect the craft of popping these off with my take your pick tool. I lift them. I can't, if you've seen demonstrators that go click, click, it doesn't work for me. I end up, I've got a really heavy hand. And I end up like shoving it in there. It's terrible. My husband tried so hard to teach me how to use an X-Acto knife, but I practically cut a table if I'm using an X-Acto knife. It's awful. It's just awful. So now just center that on your card. Center is relative. Remember that. And it's up a little bit. It's not obviously all the way. Now, all of these things, where's my little shell? All of these things are on dimensionals, but this is on a dimensional. So you have to think about that when you are putting them on. So I want them to stick up higher. So I'm going to have, again, I'm going to go ahead and put this part up towards the top like that. So I only want one. So I'm going to put one small dimensional right there. And then I'm going to put 2 big ones. And then I'm going to pop them off down here. Come off. Come on. All right. And then I'm going to put another one on top. So this is actually going to be 2 dimensions high. All of these will be. But I want you to notice that this only has 1 because it's going to rest on this, which is already 1 dimension high. Does that make sense to everybody? Oh, I thought it might get humid in Ohio, but I'm just not, seriously, the reason the Lord had me live in Michigan is because he knows I would get lost. And so he put me someplace where I have a built-in map. Let's be honest. That is my life. I say let's be honest too much. It's like, I always feel like people who say that too much lie. I don't, I swear. But it's like one of those habits I've gotten into. I don't know why. So now I've got that one little dot there, and then I've got the bigger dots here. Does that make sense now? Now you can decide if you want to do something with your little starfish. You can take them and I'm sort of bending him at his points. It doesn't do a whole lot, but it does just give him a little bit of dimension. And then I'm going to use the minis because I don't want to press down too much. And again, I'm going to, maybe I'm going to double dimensional him. Once upon a time, we sold like super thick glue dots. I mean, they were like the size, they were like that big and really high and fat, like huge. I really liked them because you could emboss them. And I don't know if you know that, but you can emboss glue dots. I should do that for a Tuesday tip, shouldn't I? Okay, now I'm going to put this slightly over my little thing right there. And now this guy, him I'm going to use the bigger dimensions on because I think it'll be okay for him or her. Could be, it's a pink. It might be a girl shell, right? Oh my gosh, these glue dots, they're really, I've had them for a while and it's like they don't want to let go of the paper. I don't know what it is. So now that one's going to just go right there. Voila. There you go. So I hope you guys like them. And you can see they are slightly different, but I think they look totally fine. The coloring is a little bit different on these two. I put a little more pink on him, and I did a little more darkness around the edges for him, but that's okay. So that is your first card. Do you guys like it? I hope you do. I hope you really like doing that. So, all right, let me put that aside for you. Clean up a little bit so that I'm ready for bingo and I am ready for the next card when it's card time. Okay, there we go. All right, so has everybody got their bingo numbers? Yeah, it's a pretty big circle, Amy, so you'll probably be able to find something that will fit. And you don't have to necessarily put your, you know, if you have a sentiment that's bigger than this, or as big as this, you can always move your shells down farther. You know, that would be fine. You know, this is just an idea. Use it the way you like it. I am not the Stampin' Police. Although I think that would be a fun job. Just saying. All right. Everybody have their bingo numbers. Nancy, you're having a little trouble? Shoot. Hopefully, I think it was Veronica had trouble earlier and then it went away. I don't think we're planning any storms here tonight. So hopefully we will be okay. So let's start with the first 5 numbers. 7, 9, 10, 12. Wow, these are all close. 16. So there is the first batch of numbers. I don't think anybody has won right off the bat, but you never know. I'm just grabbing something to write winners information on. So while I am waiting for you guys to call numbers, I don't see anybody who, I think some of you may have some of these. Kathy's not on, so, all right. Oops, I do that all the time. I'm only supposed to pull out one at a time now. Well, that one's stuck on my finger. Okay, 19. And 8. This would go down here. Yay, Veronica! Yay, you have, oh, that's right, because you have 2 numbers. Yay. Just so those of you who are not VIPs know, Veronica and Nancy and Janice and Kathy, I think, I'm trying to remember who bought. Janice bought an extra kit and so did Veronica. They all my VIPs, they got numbers for free, but they did not get the kit. So a couple of them bought the kit. And then they got an extra set of numbers. So if you see somebody having two, like Veronica has two B's, that's why. So, wow, Veronica, you've got some eyes. That's awesome. Do you have 19 in both of your numbers? You do. Oh my gosh, what are the odds? This is literally how I grab your guys' numbers. I pull them out and then I grab out 5 and I make sure nobody has those same numbers and we're good to go. So 21. Oh my gosh, I think Veronica has that number too. So I want to tell you guys something while we're playing bingo. Unfortunately, people buying bingo kits is not as high as it needs to be for me to make, I'm losing money basically between mailing out the kits, mailing out the prizes. That alone right there, half the time takes everything that people have paid for bingo, honestly. So, and then that doesn't include cutting the cardstock and the price of that, and my time, which I'm supposed to count, and the stamp sets that I give away, which I know they're retired, but you know, they still have a value. So I don't know what I'm going to do about bingo right now. I just don't know. I want to do it because it's so much fun. And we all have so much fun. Wow, Nancy. Nancy was a big winner like all the time. 3. So I just want you guys to be aware. I don't know yet what I'm going to do with bingo. I'm either going to have to increase the price, which I don't really want to do, or make it something where only my VIPs get it and they don't get their prizes and kits until I mail their other stuff. I don't know. I have to do something because mail prices are going up too. Oh, I have a tear right there. So, I mean, it's an unfortunate way things are. Woo, Veronica, you're doing hot. All right, 17. If you guys have any suggestions about how that can work, or if you guys want to talk to some of your friends about joining bingo and getting the bingo kits, that would help us keep going. Because I love it. I just love it. Okay, there's 23. Trying to see. Nancy's got a G. Okay. Nancy has G and Veronica has 2 G's. Oh, Janice, do you have bingo? No. No, you don't have bingo yet. Okay. Nope, she doesn't. She doesn't, Veronica. 22. Crystal, are you still there? Because I haven't seen your name pop up. But you haven't had any numbers yet till now. So, yay! Yay, there's 1 for Crystal. Here's number 1. Speaking of 1 for somebody. Amy, are you there? Because you should have 1, 3, 8. I'm waiting. Uh-oh. It looks like I'm frozen. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. I'm going. Okay. Yeah, it looks like I froze for a minute too. So I'm way behind now. I'm looking to see what my hand is doing. How funny is that? Okay, catch up. There I am. Okay, good. All right. All right, 13. All right, I'm grabbing another one. Yay, Crystal. 4. I think Veronica has a 4, but does that get her bingo? 3, 4, 16, 19. Oh, I think it does. Yay, Veronica! Congratulations! Okay, so Veronica has first pick of the stamp sets, and I reached way back into my retired for some fun ones that haven't been seen for quite a while. So the first one is called Geometrical. It says, cheer up, Buttercup, love you so much, hooray for today. And then it has these fun shapes that you can make different things with. This makes some really cute cards. And it is a foam set valued at $25.62. And then Pennant Parade, which we used to have a punch that did this, but if you don't, you certainly can cut out triangles pretty easy. And you can see this is so that you can make trees like this. The other way around would make a Christmas tree. It says love, hello, baby, Mary, big wish. And then it has a little like flowery thing and a star and thank you and an outline. So there's that one. And then Petal Parade. This was a celebration set many years ago. So it's got some fun flowers, now I can't think of what that's called, a chevron, and then just a fun little edge. So which of these would you like, Veronica? Tell me if you need me to hold any of them up, 1, 2, or 3. I'll be happy to hold them up. Pennant Parade. You've got it. All right. I'm going to put your name on it. And I will put that in your next VIP kit, if that's okay with you. So you can't win with that number again. And I'm trying to remember what one you won with. I think it was the one that started with 3, 4, 16, 19, 21. Was that the one? I think it was. So we'll put an X on that, but you can still win with your other one. All right. So this is what's going to be up for the next 2 drawings. So you guys be thinking about what ones did you want so we can go from there. All right. Time for another card. So I want you to pull out the one that has the very vanilla envelope. I think it's the only one with the very vanilla envelope. And these pieces inside. So you have a piece of Calypso Coral, a piece of our awesome, this is so awesome. Those of you who have it, talk about how cool this cork paper is. It has this, it's backed on paper, but it's seriously, I think they seriously did some kind of sliver of cork on it. So cool. Comes with 3 of the pearls, which one of mine just popped off. That's so weird. Probably because I stuck mine on. And then the die cut piece. This piece is cut from the rectangular stitched framelits, I think it's called. And then this comes from Love of Leaves. The Love of Leaves has a coordinating die set, which makes some beautiful ones. I know we have some new leaves in the mini catalog, but look, this one is in the annual catalog. And while the new one is very pretty, I think this one has more leaves, and it has this cool thing that will do stitches, like a line of stitches. So don't forget that it's really weird because we have this in the main catalog, and we have a snowflake set in the main catalog, and we have like a poinsettia set in the annual catalog. And then we have similar in the mini, which to me is strange, but I don't know. Stampin' Up! Knows their rules. So I don't know if it was just for mine or if it was, because I thought I did this for you guys too. But it looks like I didn't color the pearls. So let me show you how I colored the pearls for this. I took the Calypso Coral Dark Blends marker. It's an alcohol marker, and I used the brush end, and I just colored them. I love, love, love giving away the pearls and the rhinestones because I just think, I mean, look at that. They're beautiful colored. Beautiful. I love, love, love them. So if I didn't do that, you know, choose whatever color you want. Now, for my sample, I took the stamp itself and I did that. Okay. But for you guys, I did not. Because I'm going to show you how to do it. So take any sentiment you want. Just realized I need my Calypso Coral marker. Is this it? Yep, because I want to show you guys what I did with the stitching. So I'm taking the Calypso Coral ink pad for my sentiment. I love this sentiment. There is magic in every beginning. Put that kind of in the center best I can. You know it's me. And this comes from the In Your Words celebration set. Some of you have had parties or ordered $300 worth. Or my VIPs, when your orders this last month, I know Brenda got it last month, and Nancy, you probably will have the option to get this month. In fact, I know you will. I already know because I've seen your order, honey. So this is just an extra freebie. It's not, you know, it has nothing to do with how much you spent, but as a hostess, when your party is $300, you get this awesome stamp set for free. It's just an extra thank you for hosting a party or spending that much money, frankly. So anyway, this is really cool. So if you want that, talk to me. We can do virtual parties. I am happy to do a virtual parties. But that is where that sentiment came from, which is just so cute. So let's set that over there because I got to clean it. Let me show you how I got this look. I took my marker, my Stampin' Write marker, regular marker, not the blends marker, because the blends will bleed. And I just started in a corner and I went along and I let the marker drop when it hit the stitches. And what happens is when you let it drop, it kind of falls in there and it gives an uneven stitch. It doesn't look like you've stitched evenly, which is fine. I mean, I used to sew all the time. I made my wedding dress, but I was never a perfect seamstress. So, and if I sew by hand, it looks like this. I mean, seriously, I make a big mess. You don't want to see me when I'm like fixing a hem or something. It's pretty sad. But this I can do. I have to go slow. If you go too fast, you're likely to make a mistake like I just did. Because why? Because I'm talking. This is usually where I'm sticking out my tongue while I'm doing it. You guys do that? I think a lot of us do. It's just kind of fun. So this is actually a pretty easy card. But see, now it looks like it's been stitched, right? Super, super simple to do. So now I'm going to start to put this together. And then we'll talk about what you guys can do for your leaf. So I'm going to go ahead and again, I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal, which is really quite sticky. Seal Plus is super sticky. And it comes out a little bit differently. I think I've used it a couple of times. So we're going to attempt to center this. That's the thing with this is when you put it down, it is down. So make sure you know what you're doing. Pardon me and pardon my head. Because I think I cut your guys not so tight, but man, I think I cut mine like super tight. Okay. Yeah. That is super tight. And then I just stuck it to the card front. And there is no right or wrong with the with this paper. You can do it landscape, portrait. There is no right side up, right side down. This would look cute with ribbon too. But I don't think I have any ribbon in the bingo kits this time at all. Sorry, my email is moving. And this is just stuck down regular too. You can use dimensionals if you want. That would look good too. I'm going to put that right there. Okay, so now let me show you a way you can do this. I'm going to use that in a minute, but I don't want to mess up. So I'm going to start with my So Saffron ink, and I'm going to grab my really dirty looking blend, what is this called? Blending brush, and get some of the yellow off. And I'm just going to make it yellow, kind of all of it. And the reason I do this is because then when I'm adding other color, it's going to at least have the yellow base showing through, if that makes sense. So there you have just a solid yellow. Okay. Then I'm going to take the, I took Granny Apple Green because I wanted this one to be a little bit brighter. I do think I used Old Olive on my sample card. I think that I did. So here is my green. No, maybe not. Maybe I did use this. I do kind of want it dark on the stem and then just in the center, and I'm just sort of rubbing it out. There we go. And then I'm going to grab the Calypso Coral, which in my opinion is a bit of an orange. And I'm going to lift it up this time and take a little color off. And then I'm just going to grab the edges. So you can see how you didn't necessarily need the stamp to make yourself a nice fall leaf with this one. Now this one is not as dark, probably because on this one, like I said, I did this similar thing with the ink on, like, directly onto the stamp. So you just, keep playing with it until you get it the darkest that you want. Now, if you want to get some pink in here, just kind of carefully bend your piece, and then it'll let you get in there. So, because that's what happens with leaves, right? They're green and then they kind of get yellowy and oranges and reds. I love that about fall. I have this tree outside of my kitchen window. I just recently found out that it is called a Norwegian Elm. And it is so beautiful. It is beautiful all year round. It's pretty even in the winter, because I don't know if you've ever seen one, but if you're not, Google it. The bark is like gnarly. It's like, oh, it's so beautiful. And so it's right outside my kitchen window, and I just love watching it all year look beautiful. So, and then if you want to blend that in a little bit. So there you go. It's very similar to what I did with the stamp, right? It's just a little bit paler. So if you've got this, you don't necessarily need the stamp. Yeah, I know. It's so cool to color them into the fall. I love playing with leaves. And this leaf set, if you look at it, it's very watercolored. It's very different from the one in the mini catalog. And the dies, you can, if you don't want to do that, you can just cut them out. And the fact that the dies, I don't know if I showed that, but the dies, these are separate. So you can cut them with or without their little stitchy thing. Now I use this one that way so much. I think I have it. Yep, I have it like taped in place because I tend to almost always use them together. I just like it. I mean, why not? If you can have texture, why not have texture? So now let me put this together for you guys. I did put my leaf up on Stampin' Dimensionals. I did not curve the leaves, although you can, of course, because that would be cool too. And I'm just going to grab some minis just because they were closest to my hand. And I'm just putting one on every leaf. And then I'm going to grab one of my bigger ones and put it right in the center. Now, one of the things I did, this is a trick I'm going to show you. I took a little bit of my liquid adhesive and I put it just on the tip of the stem. That way it gave it a little bit of dimension. The stem sort of, you know, stuck. I have a piece of glue stuck to my finger, sorry. That way the leaf is sort of stuck down, gave it a little bit of dimension. And then I'm going to pick these off. Isn't this a fun card? So the girls who have it, did you, I haven't looked over to see, did you mention what you thought of that cork paper? It's in the mini catalog, and it just, I don't think it's something people think about, but man, when you get your hands on it, it is awesome for holiday, or, you know, like Thanksgiving cards or any fall or scrapbook pages. And honestly, even on a scrapbook page, if you're doing something, you could like make it look like a bulletin board. I just love it. I just think it's just beautiful. Then I just centered that on there, and then I just put my finger on that and held it for a minute. So there you go. That's that. And then just grab your pearls. The pearls will look fine if you did not color them. You can, why does that one keep doing that? It's just bugging me. It's just trying to be irritating. So I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to try and kind of follow what I did. Put the little one here, and then the big one over there. So there you go. Pretty similar, right? So I hope you guys like this one. You could stamp on the inside. I don't think I did. Nope, I just have my notes on the inside, which I always keep handy. In case. Don't forget to put your name on the back. We used to sell personalized stamps. We don't anymore, which is a bummer because, you know, they're hard to find. So there you go. Do you guys like them? Do you want me to hold them up so you guys can do a screenshot if you need to, if you're making this later? There you go. Those are them. Yeah, when you see it all put together, it's kind of cute, right? What did you think of that paper? Did you say? Oh, yeah, the colors are neat. Yep, I love, love, love making fall stuff. I just do. I just think it's so fun. So I know we all get really excited when a new catalog comes out, and we all want to look at what's in the new catalog. I do too, and I spend a small fortune. And then I see other demonstrators do stuff because, you know, demonstrators share their ideas. And you guys think I make you spend money? Oh my gosh. They make me spend a fortune. It's like, this is supposed to be a business, you know. So, okay, 21, 7, 9, 8. Wow, what are those odds? And 4. So there's your first 5. I don't think anybody has that. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple more. 22. What's with them all being close together? 12. Yeah, I love the cork, Crystal. I just, oh, and doesn't it feel cool? I just think it has a great tactile feeling. I'm a very tactile person, which is why probably I'm a crafter. Yay, Crystal! Crystal has 1. Okay, here is 17. Nobody has 7. Oh, somebody might. Oh, Kathy's not here. 23. I'm going to move these down here. So, Janice, cool. I think, Janice, you also have 23. And let's see. Veronica has, okay, 2 on 1 and 1 on, Janice has a couple. Cool. 10. I don't think anybody had the number. Oh, yeah, Nancy did. Nancy had number 10. 3. Veronica, I think that might be from the set that you won, that 3 already. But Nancy, I think, has a 3. Yay, Janice. Wow, Janice is clipping along. Janice has 2 sets also, in case anybody's wondering. 16. So I would really like to know what you guys think about bingo. I'm a little worried about increasing the price, but I need more participation. So I'm not quite sure what I can do about that. Yay, Nancy, you're just, Janice, you too. Awesome. Okay, 19. Okay, Amy, I didn't see that you did this. This is my first time, so I wanted to try it out. Yep, I get that. Amy, I think you've got some numbers. You have 3, 8, 19. So watch your numbers. Yep, make sure you type them out so that nobody gets bingo before you. So you have BIN. 1. Amy, you have that too. So now you should type BING. Nancy has another one. Yay. Nancy, you actually have a couple because you have 3, 8, 10, 12. So you have BING also. 11. I'm waiting to see. Yay, Amy. Nancy, you should have BING also. Just so you know. Hopefully she didn't lose her internet, because you do have to be present to win. Otherwise, how could you win? Okay, 6. I don't think anybody has a 6. Nope, I don't see any 6s. 15. Nobody who's on has a 15. 25. Yay, Nancy! Woohoo! Nancy has bingo. Her numbers are, let me find them, 3, 8, 10, 12, and 25. Congratulations, Nancy. That's awesome. All right, so if you don't remember, while I'm cleaning those up, here are the 2 stamp sets, Petal Parade or Geometrical. Write your name down. Okay. All right, which one do you want, hun? Chin Up Buttercup. All right, you've got it. That one's called Geometrical. All right, so the next winner is going to get Petal Parade, which is an awesome set too. So 3 awesomes, and these have been around, haven't been around for a while, so that kind of makes it fun. I thought I'd mix things up a little bit and look for something that we haven't seen for a while. Okay, now the next 2 cards are super simple to do. So I'm going to tell you I used A Christmas to Remember for this one and for the next one, I think, too. Maybe not. And the die I used is Stitch So Sweetly to make this. And I colored in, this is the gems I colored in. I colored them in with, oh, I forget the color now. I probably wrote it in here somewhere. Why don't I have that written down? Oh, Fresh Freesia. The Fresh Freesia blends, which that is in the in colors. So you can get these awesome, I think you get like 20 in a pack, these awesome iridescent snowflakes. They're so, so pretty. The cute little penguin punch came out of the Celebration penguin paper. I just punched him right out. Sadly, I am sorry to tell you that the penguin punch is on back order. And it's a long back order too, till like February, I think. Also, this piece came from the penguin paper too. So, I mean, that side is so stinking cute also. So, here's, I think I did something with this just not that long ago. Here we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy card. I'm going to start adding this so adorable Fresh Freesia paper with the little darker Fresh Freesia snowflakes. Come on, Carrie. And we're going to put that on our card fronts. There we go. And I'm just going to put a little bit of tear and tape, just like a tiny little bit on the back of this snowflake. And see how it's not torn very pretty? So I'm going to try to fix that by folding this over. My fingers are so dirty when I stamp. It's just scary. All right, now I can stick that on there and pull it off. Set that right there. If it won't stick to my fingers, that would be good. All right. Now I am going to use just our awesome Memento Black on this card and also on the next card too. And I don't need a foam mat because this is a foamed piece. So the foam mat is really necessary. You can use it. I mean, it won't hurt anything, but you don't really need it for ones that have the foam as part of the stamp. Pardon my little head there. There we go. I love that saying, friends like you make this season special. I mean, it's just a sweet, sweet sentiment. So let me set this back here to be clean so I don't forget. And now I'm just going to take my liquid glue. You can put your little penguin up on dimensionals if you want to, but he is thin because he is just designer series paper. So I'm just going to add some of that on there. And set him right in place. And the good thing about the liquid glue is I can scoot him over when I saw that he was a little, I should have stamped that over just a tad bit, but that's okay. That works. Now this is going to go on dimensionals. So I am going to just grab some minis. Maybe I'll take some of these ends and tear them, put them on here too. And then grab another mini there. I use all my foam dimensionals. They're just too awesome not to, right? Come on. You can do it. And then just set him right there. And then I think I gave you different sizes of rhinestones, and for some reason I had a bunch of big ones left. So I have big ones. Oh look, I have some schmutz right there. So rhinestones are good to cover a schmutz. Set that on top of that. There we go. Super simple, right? Now, if you don't have the designer series paper, when the punch comes back in, you can get the stamp set. I think it's called Penguin Play, and stamp him. And he would look just as cute and adorable as he does cut out of the designer series paper. So there you go. That's that one. Isn't that a fun one? Super, super simple. Let's see. The McDonald's parking lot. I hope you got something good to eat. I'm glad you got here in time though to win, Nancy, because I was getting a little nervous. I could see your numbers and you weren't saying anything. I'm like, okay. Nancy wins all the time. For those of you who don't know, Nancy is like crazy woman for winning things. It's like, oh gosh. All right, so we're going to play one more bingo, and then I have another card for you guys to do. That one was really fast, right? Really fast. Thanks. I'm glad you liked it, Amy. All right, so 4, 6, 7, 8. Wow. Let's shake up this bag a little bit, right? And I'm going to reach down to grab a number. 14. I know nobody has those numbers. They're too close together. So I'm just going to pull another one. 19. Looking to see. Veronica, I know you have 4. Anybody else have anything? I'm looking. Okay, cool. 12. Trying to reach down farther to some numbers that may be stuck in the bottom of the bag. I'm going to try and move them to the top. Okay. Good. I'm glad, Amy. 13. 2. 'Yay, Crystal. 15. 'Yay, okay. Janice, Crystal are both on the board, and let's see. Veronica, I think, is on, and Amy. Awesome. Okay, 25. Nancy, remember you can't win again. And Veronica, you're down to just the one number. The 27 number. 20. I'm really excited, you guys. Tomorrow I am going to see my sister and sister-in-law and my aunt. 3. My aunt just turned 92, and I haven't seen her since COVID, and I haven't really even seen my sister or sister-in-law since then. Hopefully I'll see my brother for a minute too. I haven't seen him, so. And I'm the baby, and I'm in my 60s, so it's kind of exciting. Yay, Nancy's up to N. Crystal is at I. 17. Let me move these over. Ooh. Okay. 18. 16. 'Wow, a lot of N's on the board. A lot of N's. 23. I have a string on my bag. It's bugging me. Okay, cool. Woo! Janice, you are killing it. 5. Oh, something fell out. 22. I'm getting down there. Got a few G's. This is exciting. 11. Bingo, Crystal. Yay. Okay, let me look here. Crystal has 2, 5, 13, 18, and 22. Woohoo! Okay, Crystal. You will get the awesome Petal Parade. So let me put, oh, that's not a pen. Crystal. All right, that is so fun. I'm really hoping I figure something out with bingo, you guys, because I have as much fun as you guys do with this, but I have to be realistic about it. So, hey, are any of you that are near or in Michigan going to be at the Great Lakes Mega Meet in October? If so, I hope you will come by and see me. I'm dragging all my retired stuff there to sell, and I'm going to do a huge demo on the Stamparatus in person, so you'll be able to ask questions. My husband and my son will be there. My son can't be there Saturday, but my husband and son are going to be there helping out. So I haven't been back in a few years. Oops. So I'm excited to see people again. So Crystal actually won before you, Janice. She popped up quicker. I'm sorry. If you look at the wording, you'll see that she popped up first. So let me show you this card. This is the last card, and it's another kind of simple one. I'm going to use the Memento ink, and I use this awesome, I think it's called bundle. I forget what it's called now. I don't see the name of it. I didn't put the name on here. I know it just came out in the spring, but it's a double, it's an oval and then a scalloped oval is what I use to punch out your pieces. And then the thanks sentiment that I used comes from the awesome and amazing hand pen petals, which also has a die set. So if you don't have it, just so you know, there are dies that go with this set. And it's bundled. So you can save 10% if you get the dies and the bundle. So it's $46.75 bundled. Otherwise, these are $30 and the stamp set is $22. So saving, saving, saving. I like saving. All right. So I am just going to very quickly stamp the thanks onto my little oval. You guys can stamp whatever you guys need that will fit on your little oval. So there we go. It just barely fits, but barely fits is good enough for me. Thanks for understanding, Janice. You're awesome. Okay, so now I am just going to, I'm going to just go ahead and use my liquid glue. It's a lot easier, faster to just grab that. Especially for something that I need to kind of move around. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I'm getting a dry throat. Sorry, I'm going to grab some water. I guess I've been talking too much today. All right, so now you have 4 pieces of designer series paper, which you will notice matches the hand pen set. So you want to think about how you want them to go. Obviously, you wouldn't want to put the 2 flowers together. Well, I mean, you could, but I say obviously, and then so I'm going to put the pink one there and the green one there, but that's just because that's what I did on this one. It doesn't mean it's what you have to do. Also, in your kits, I did tie the bows and put the tear and tape on the back. I try to do that with my kits so that you guys don't have to worry about it. Now, this is a good reason to use the liquid glue for this, although you kind of want to get it a little closer to the ends than that, Carrie, because excuse me, you want to be able to have a little bit of wiggle room. So I'm looking to see. I think I cut this a little bigger. I did. I cut it a little bigger than my original, which was like, look at how tight that is. Crazy. I don't know what I was thinking. Sometimes I like to challenge myself, apparently. Now, if you do this and say you put this on and it's not quite even, or you want to get that same look, just like push it all the way over. Push them all the way over, and then just space them accordingly, and then take it over to your trimmer and you can trim it. So, you know, this is a no stress project in my opinion, because you can do that. You can just space them the way you want and then trim them off. See, now that's crooked. Dang it. Ooh, it still moved. Yay. No, that one looks crooked. I will make myself crazy trying to straighten these out. See, I can already tell it's going to be crooked. I'm going to have to take my black over and trim it. So I probably won't finish putting this card together for you guys because I made a mess. But you know what? Perfection is what? Overrated. So see, now I can just take this over to my trimmer. And even though it'll still be crooked, I can trim this down. And then I would just take this and adhere it and put it on the front of my card. Put the thanks up on dimensionals and add the bow right there. So super, super simple card. And I think it's pretty and it's fun. And you could do that with like your scrap pieces of papers, right? Because we all have them. We all have pieces of scrap paper. So that is a great way to use them up. So remember, celebration is still going on. The VIPs who are on, don't forget to place your orders with the hostess code that's on the VIP group, please, so that Nancy can get all of her credit. And I have to have that, the sooner the better, because this is the 25th is normally your cutoff day, but since this is another celebration month, I want to make sure Nancy has enough time to pick her hostess goodies. So Nancy, start working on your wish list so you will know what you want to add. You know, at a minimum, you're getting $30 free, Nancy, and it's probably going to be more than that. So just be prepared for that. And hopefully you guys will be back again. Hopefully I will figure something out with bingo. You guys didn't really say much about how you felt about it. I don't want it to go away because I just think it's fun. I think we have fun. I love doing bingo. So I have to really think about how to do this. I have a friend who does bingo and her bingos are $50 for 4 projects. And I'm like, I cannot do $50. It is not happening. No way, Jose. I literally like $20, but I can't do $20 because I'm mailing 2 things. I'm mailing prizes, I'm mailing kits. So I hope you guys understand that. So I have to figure it out. And I would love some information, what you guys think. If you don't want to put it on here, like post it on the Facebook group, send me a private message or email me at memoryinkers@att.net and just like put in the subject line bingo ideas or something, because I would love your input. I'm thinking I could maybe do it for $25. I think that would help me, like cover my costs and not at least not do a loss. That would help me a lot, because right now bingo is running at a loss and that's kind of a bummer. So if you guys are good with that, let me know. If you guys would be willing to do 25. I haven't done the exact math. I don't want to go over 25, but it might, and I'm worried about that. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. So that's why the cards were so simple this time. Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. That's why I kept them pretty simple, because I was trying to pull my costs down. So I hope you guys understand that. But anyway, yes, Amy, everyone invite a friend. Tell your friends about it. Maybe what I need to do is I need to come up with something where if you join bingo and your friend joins bingo, and you get like a discount. So like, let's say I go to 25 and your friend signs up for 25 and tells me that she's Amy's friend, then Amy can get her bingo kit for 20. Maybe that's like a bonus when you bring in a new friend. So that way you guys can keep bringing in friends, and I don't care how many you bring in, you can, get like a discount for each friend that you bring in each month. So, and if you bring in 3 friends this month, I'll do $5 off for the next 3 months, if that makes sense. So I think I still have to do the math, but anyway, I'm glad you guys like the cards. I love, love, love hanging out with you guys. I really, really do. So I am looking forward to seeing you guys, talking to you guys on Saturday. Maybe I'll leave my computer over here in case anybody wants to chat during our Saturday sips. So have a blessed and wonderful rest of your week. I will see you then. Bye.